Welcome back to the bubble, ladies and gentlemen, and the 26th episode of our Ar-Âdunâim campaign. The last episode actually had more strategic maneuvering, let's call it that, than action. We did have one very significant death, though we were able to kill Boromir with probably the lowest tier army we've had so far in this campaign. But we were able to kill him, and now they are laying siege to Tharagrondosht. When we take Tharagrondosht, because it's just a matter of time, I'm actually going to exterminate that population because I just want to hold it, not having to worry about public order or anything like that. So exterminate there, and I will probably have to do the same thing or just go for a regular good old sack in Angelond. It is a city, so we can take down the taxes just to make them a little bit happier, but still think we might need to exterminate it. I just want to hold it and not having to worry too much. Staragrondos is also a stronghold, which means that it's the highest level. Gondorian city, it's not. It needs to be like huge city or something like that. We can't see how much population they have, but maybe we should be good enough with a sack. Gondor is sending a relief force led by Captain Egalmoth, probably towards Anulond, but if he gets this close, then we are going to try to take it immediately. Probably lose a shit ton of troops because we don't have any generals, and the morale of my troops have turned out to be very, very bad. But either way, we are going to take these two settlements, no matter the cost, and we are also massing up some new forces in Serelond and Londgalen, a lot of which are trash, but that we're gonna use to lay siege to Cirith Ur, and that might be, I don't know if Gondor also has territories over here, because they are at war with Isengard. But if Cirith Ur is the last settlement to the west here, then we're just gonna hold this for a while and try to rebuild our kingdom while sending most of the troops to the eastern front where things are happening as well. Ostithil is just barely happy enough because we took out a bunch of troops to lay siege to eastern Osgiliath. And that is basically to lock him from moving through eastern Osgiliath and attacking us at Ostithil, basically. I would also like to lay siege to Carandros and thereby locking the Gondorian forces in entirely, but currently none of our forces can actually move in. I'm not going to attack. I just want to see what they actually. Yeah, okay, yeah, of course he will reinforce, and they get a bunch of defenders. Okay, so I will just be sieging this for as long as possible, either to have a sally out or a draw out, because I do not want to fight all of those defenders. We are sending more troops out to Ostithil, both by land and by sea. Some just still a whole bunch of very low tier units, but eventually they will get there. On the eastern front, nothing really new there. We have taken Stelurtsakan previously, and I'm not going to do a lot more conquering over here. I'm rather just going to be a bit of a thorn in the side, keep trying to invest in law bonuses, and eventually I will want, of course, strong military and things here as well, just in case Khan keeps attacking me. But for now, I'm actually just gonna stay put. One thing that I would like to do is move my capital a little bit. These settlements have some corruption. But these two together actually have less than Longalen. So I plan on, my capital is currently Gobelmirlond. I'm planning on starting to put it in Gobel Tolfalas and see how that is going to affect the public order in these two regions. Wonder if we can actually afford doing that already. 150, no, we don't. So we will need to wait. And I believe before we end the turn, I would like to try to kill Kamirdir. He's a family member. If not, we're just gonna retreat, I believe, because he will be reinforced by Camiron. And Camiron has my absolute least favorite units to face. The Talon Knights who invoke fear, and also the Knights of the Silver Swan who kills basically everything they touch. They also have the Black Swan renegades, but they are not actually... they do not scare enemy units. They are effective against armor though, and they have very good morale. Most of my units have very, very medium morale, which means that they break very, very easily. And if we look at my governor here, Afanuzir, his command is trash. So I don't know how much help he's actually going to be, but still, we will be doing the best we can with what we got. So I'm going to take out basically all of the troops except for the Númenórean shield guard that are being retrained. So let's... Actually, have I already merged a bunch of stuff up? I think I have. But we just want to kill the family member, basically, and then we are going to pull back, because we do have some hefty reinforcements on its way, but they will not be here quite yet. So let's just take all of these units. Let's see, actually, we have 4 here, so everyone except 4, basically. So you and you, because you're being retrained, and you, and let's... I do need the cavalry just in case we can any troops rout. Maybe you? Let's actually, no, you, because you're pretty weak. Like that, we have a full army, but remember that I do not believe that I can beat Camiron out in the open field, because our commander is not the best, and they have some pretty high tier troops here. But our main objective is going to be to kill Camidir. That's going to be basically it. So let's quick save for the 19th time. When I do that a lot, it's basically because I'm nervous to get this party started. But we have to. So he'll get reinforcements. So will I from the fort. You can be controlled by the AI. Because I don't really think you're going to be able to accomplish much. These are really beaten down troops. The balance of power is just slightly in my favor. We have 3,000 and change against basically 2,000 units. So we outnumber them, but I do not believe that we outclass them, although we do have quite a lot of Númenórean troops. I don't really trust my units. I've been hurt before. Let's call it that. Been hurt before by their lack of morale, and they've been running and causing me to be very disappointed and to tilt a little bit, which I very much regret. Now, if we start the deployment, remember that the Gondorian relief force also has a bunch of artillery. So either we rush over and try to kill the general and the Athelian rangers and just pull back. Actually, I think I have an idea. Let's have all of you, everyone who's basically a heavy hitter, you will be rushing over and trying to kill the general. And these lads will be way back, because I do not want to fight their artillery, who probably has good enough reach to hit us over here. I want them to go over the bridge. Let's just put you over here. Ammo. Like so. And then actually you as well. Let's just do it like... Let's do it like this. I got something. It got something like this. There we go. And all of you... Even forgot another one. No? Oh yeah. I have more Númenórean shield guard than I realized. Okay, great. So we have the striking force. Like so. I think I'll also want you, but I need the Númenórean marksman. I want you to put down stakes here in case the Knights of the Silver Swan comes rushing over. We need more stakes than that. Something like so. So we have stakes here, and I'm gonna try to sneak my cavalry across just to do some charges on the Athelian Rangers and whatnot. So you will be running back as soon as everything starts. And it's also going to hurt quite a bit. I don't want the shields in the front line. I need you in the front line. Lowest tier, and you have shields. You have pretty decent armor. 12-5. That's actually not that good at all. Defense give is 5. Shield is 4. So it could be a lot better, but I guess it also could be a lot worse. So this is going to be the strike force. And mission. Kill the family member. There we go. Pause. Now you can run back. And you will be running for... Okay, I guess the Athelian Rangers are hiding somewhere. You just run across. And the cavalry... I don't think that the stakes are going to kill them if they just walk through them, basically. But no, actually, they will also need to get back. So, good that I actually thought twice about that. Well, getting them over is one thing, but how do we get them back? There we go. Now, you attack the Athelian Rangers. I will also increase the speed a little bit. This is going to hurt, because the Athelian Rangers are amazing at shooting, and they are just shooting point blank into my troops, basically. But it's the Númenórean cohort that they are hurting the most here, that they're actually killing. Now they are running back. And then all of you keep going, keep going. Now, slow down a little bit, because I want the Balaketh Axe Guard to run out to the sides. We do need to find some kind of way to get around them and also to silence the Athelian Rangers. Increase the speed a little bit. There we go. You attack them, and you attack the captain's bodyguard. He's dropping slowly. Not quickly enough, though, but pretty slowly. If you can just keep them occupied, that would be great. Okay, they turned. They are so quick at turning. Okay. You're gonna get shot so hard in the back, but I just want to kill the captain's bodyguard. Actually, keep chasing after them. And I cannot send my cavalry over. And you go for them if possible. Aggressive. There we go. Now you need to run back, because here comes the Gondor cavalry militia. And can we do something about all of this? Athelian Rangers are coming back. You go after them again. Gondor cavalry militia haven't charged yet, but I think we need to start running over now. Yeah, we need to start running back over. So we weren't able to kill the captain. I don't even know how many units he has left. 1. And that's the general. Okay. But now we are running back, and hopefully we will be able to actually spread them out a little bit. Here they come charging over. Oh, you are already broken. Yeah, that's fine. Not a very good start to the battle. You can start walking now. And let's see. Captain's bodyguard. Let's see. Slow it down a little bit, because now they're on my turf. You attack the Athelian Rangers. And our front line can start moving up just a smidge. You attack them. And all of you will need to rest. And we do have the stakes now. That's gonna make sure that the cavalry shouldn't be able to get over. Captain's bodyguard is over there. We might actually be able to kill them. That would be great.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Yeah, the Athelian Rangers are gonna drop a bit quicker now. Get back. And we can actually move up with all of these heavy hitters again to kill the captain's bodyguard. And you get into a position where you can attack the Athelian Rangers again, please. Down to 43. And just keep getting charges off. Here comes the Black Swan Renegades. Okay, we'll need to move back here. Man, I would have loved to kill... I would have loved to kill their general already. There we go. There we go. The Knights of the Silver Swan are running into the stakes. They are not losing as many troops as I would have wanted, but they are actually losing quite a bit of them. So now the front line can start moving forward. The Black Swan are basically the scariest part of all of this. Both of you get ready into a position where you can start shooting stuff. How are you doing right now? You're just walking back. Alien Rangers keep coming after us. And if we are able to kill the Knights of the Silver Swan a bit easier, that would be great. Their artillery is still occupied fighting our reinforcements, so I will be moving my units forward. Where are you right now? Good. Over there. And it looks like we might be able to kill the Knights of the Silver Swan pretty quickly. Also keep blowing the horn. You help there. Fountain Guard. Okay, now comes all of my trash, basically. What the hell is this? 150 Númenórean cohorts just running. How? Okay, I think I'm just gonna pull back with my entire army, basically, because this feels like it's gonna be an absolute slaughter. With hundreds of units already routing, although I do have a general here. Ugh. How does this happen so often, or so lightly? You go after the Lamedon Clansmen. Actually, let's see if you can get a charge off. I think we will start pulling... I will have to pull the army back because our armies are just gonna die here. That was a good charge. Run back. Do the same thing again. And keep blowing the horn. Now you've come back. Let's see if you can just start finding your courage. Actually, you can start shooting at the Talon Knights. And my reinforcements can defend. We've lost 21%, killed 39. So, I mean, that's something. And we will just need to keep doing these charges. And I need for you to fight the Talon Knights. And you to fight the Talon Knights as well. The ones of my units to actually have some decent morale. How good morale do you actually have? Cannot be broken. Okay, so these are the ones I want fighting the Talon Knights. There we go. We've cleared out on one side. Just keep doing these charges. Could also charge over. Beautiful. One general is dead. That should help us out a lot. And just keep doing charges with the cavalry. 52 to 25. Just keep doing these charges to clear out more of my infantry to help out. All of you. Good. You are fighting something over here. The Captain's Bodyguard. That's pretty scary, actually. And can I get you to attack the... Okay, most of my units are actually routing. You get into a position and then charge the Territorial Guardsmen in the back. Good. Now all of you start focusing on the Talon Knights. That was my general. That was my general. Yep. Sometimes that just happens. So now probably a lot of my units are gonna start routing. But now we know that he is up for grabs. Basically that those units can be just thrown away like anything. Sucks that he died though. But he was not really good commander to begin with. Keep charging. Beautiful. Get back again. And now I need for you to start helping out in here. Attack the fountain guard maybe. And yeah, now my units are starting to rout. So now it's just not going to be pretty at all. Can you charge something? Attack the territorial guardsmen maybe? The Talonites are coming back in. Good. And now all of you can run back. I do want to try to get some charges off at the Talonites if possible. It sucks that my general died. I have so few generals. And can we get a charge off on the Talonites? It's so messed up. Such a mix of everything. I lost half of my army. Remember, I did say that, oh, my target is gonna be to kill the general. And then I have actually killed one general, but I've also lost one. And the only one I had. Come on. I do believe we actually got some kills on the Talon Guard there. And they are fighting to the death. Run back. So far, we're actually doing pretty well. We've killed 87%. Can we get a charge off at the captain's bodyguard as well? All units are routing all over the place right now. Pull back. The Gondorian army is not routing at all. But at least we can have all of you start fighting the captain's bodyguard. And I do not want you fighting Fountain Guard. I think that would be dumb. But we are going to win this. Unfortunately, it cost us a general and a lot of troops. But I think it could have gone a lot worse. That we had the stakes killing the Swan Knights. I think that was very, very fortunate for us. And soon we have another general dead as well. Oh no. Now, can we get a charge off at the Fountain Guard? No, they have their spears in my face. There we go. So both generals are gone. And now I want to take you over to attack the ballista. And we can use you as well because you're already dead. So let's use the Farasim nobles instead of the Gondor cavalry militia. What are you? All right. My poor reinforcements. If we put you over here and then just walk you over. I do not want my cavalry to die due to stakes. Okay, that worked. They're just not going to be able to run back. And you attack them first and foremost. I wonder if it's a bigger risk that the general dies due to a charge when he is charging if the command points are low. 53% killed. Let's just chase them down as well. Actually, you're gonna die either way, so it doesn't really matter. So 53, let's see if we healed anything. 44, okay. We lost fewer troops than they did. All in all, I'm actually pretty happy with this. We killed 2 generals. And we do still have some of our elites left that I will send to be retrained as soon as possible. We do have a bunch of army barracks being built around our kingdom. So eventually they will be retrained. I do not want them here at the front lines right now, to be honest. But the Gondorian or Gondor needs their armies or soldiers much more than we need ours, because we can replenish pretty quickly. So while it was a very, very brutal fight and we did lose our general, I think it could have been a man of the hour. Did we get a man of the hour?
We have triumphed.
Ha! Sorry, but we actually got a man of the hour with better command than our other general. Man, that is awesome. And I do want all of these guys to move back to be retrained. You have the armor buff and whatnot, so you help reinforce them a little bit. You can join up with them. And let's also have you give some troops to that army, and then you, and you will need to be retrained somewhere. Right, where are we actually building an army barracks right now? Soon there, soon not that soon there. Don't we actually? Look at that. You can stay in Karasast. And we will be able to retrain you shortly. That is great. So, I wonder what I really want to do now with this army. I do need these units to be retrained as well. They can ride back to Badalharn and be retrained there. As long as we're not actually training any of them right now. 7 turns until the next available unit. So then you can be retrained. And I will actually run these troops back into Karasast. We can leave some trashier stuff in the fort for free upkeep, I guess. So let's take Beliketh Axgard. They can even merge up with some of the units in the fort, so we can do it like so. And then we also have some footmen that can move in, and they can merge up as well. They're gonna lose all of their upgrades basically, but I don't really care when it comes to these low tier troops. To reinforce them. Room for 4, move back. And then we can actually do this. Let's see. We're gonna join these units up, and I don't really want to do that because they have so much better experience. So I think we'll just keep them like this. And we can retrain them as well. Start retraining whatever we can, really. Starting to run out of money a little bit. But that's good. And if Karasas is attacked, then they will have an army of reinforcements there as well. Beautiful. That was one way to start the episode. Heavy casualties, but we actually went ±1 on the general, so that's good, I guess. Now, let's quick save again and end the turn. Right, I have sent a fleet over to Tharbad because basically I want to see if it's possible to sail all the way up to Tharbad. The ring is currently in Hobbiton, which means that we will need to go to war with Bree if we want to get it. Fighters Guild in Tarnos, sure. And it looks like okay. So there are some stopping points here where they can't sail because it's too narrow. That's too bad. Recruitment. Dol Amroth is actually getting a lot of high tier units right now. And I'm going to wait until I have all of them. And then I'm going to put them on a boat and sail them up this river towards Minas Tirith and Osgiliath. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Ethring, you retrained some troops. Let's see. And I don't think I have to keep sending troops to the west, although it might actually be a good idea to keep doing so. Let's move you down to Ethelond, where I will be shipping you over. So I think Ethring, I need to think a little bit about how many of the troops here that I actually want to send west. Umbar have got more troops, or retrained a lot, and I think this is so much fun that we're gonna have a redonkulously strong army down here in Umbar. Love it. And we're also getting an army barracks here, so even better troops. And then we're gonna get the the Barracks of the True Sons, which will give us the tier 2 units for Harad and yeah, Harad. So like the Serpent Bladesmen and things like that as well. And Umbar Gobeltolfalas retrained a bunch of ships. Karasast has retrained, yes, some Númenórean units. Retrained them as well. The Lutsakand have also retrained, etc., etc. Let's see if we can get any fun buildings done. Ardumir got that. I'm actually contemplating getting trade routes here, just to make a little bit more money here. But we do want to keep pushing for military. I would like to see where we can get the troops that we get due to our alliance with Mordor. Dark temples in city capital locations. So Minas Tirith, for example. Okay. Got it. Conscription camps, allow them to train, blah, blah, blah. I would like to see if there is anywhere where it says that Ar-Âdunâim cannot get mercenaries, because we can't. Yeah, we're not gonna get send an emissary to Rohan because they're too far away. That was the buildings, right? So let's actually go for... I don't want trade routes here as much as I want more ports. Let's get the blacksmith over there. And then Lond Galen, need to build something here to make you a bit happier and ease up the corruption. Speaking of which, I'm gonna try moving my capital now and see how all of that ends up. Armor Bazaar. Can we already... Yeah, we can get the archery range. Let's get the practice range here, so we can get the better archers. And let's take a look here. Financially, corruption, 9.7, 14. I guess this is the number we should look at, 39.9. Then we go to Gobel Tolfalas and make this my capital. Making a bit more money, and you are still happy enough. How great is that? We're gonna need to be able to train some more troops here. The culture is at 28, so we can start with the basic ones here. We could also give it a shot with the conscription camp, which will give us the Khandish units. Let's start with this. I will not want to fight Khand in the open field. I will just wait for them to besiege me and then try to win that way, basically. Now, because I closed down the messages, I need to go through the constructions this way instead. Ethelond archery range might be a good idea here. And Tirithoros. Let's see, you are on this border. Down. I think roads actually might be good because there are also a lot of ports and stuff around here. You have a shipwright. Actually, Ethelond. Yeah, you don't have a port. So let's get... Now let's go for the archery range first. I do want as many ports and roads, etc. as possible, but now we are still in our balls to the walls in military stage. And you can also get the archery range. Let's start with the practice range. And let's see, Pelargi. Dockyard might actually be good here. Just increase the trading even more. Or conscription camp. Let's count this out, shall we? 155 right now, minus that. So they might get really pissy with a conscription camp. But I do want to get the True Sons here as well. The Barracks of the True Sons, because I do want the Gondorian infantry, pikemen, archers, spearmen, and Talon Knights, and Peanut-Gelling cavalry. I'm going to try this and see how pissy they get with us, actually. We can also, of course, cut down the taxes if they get really mad at us. But for now, I'm going to try to get that one because it also makes us money. Ostithil. You have 14 culture, not the best. I wonder if you're gonna be quick enough to build the culture for us to get the barracks up in time. That's 3 turns. 14, and we have an agent, and we also have the dark sanctuary, sorry. So let's actually start with the barracks. It's gonna help with some law bonus, and we will be able to retrain stuff, etc, etc. So let's start with that. You keep moving up to Ostithil, and you move up to Ostithil, and boat move up here. Now, okay, Captain General Halvan actually moved down here. I would like to actually see what units do. Of course, they have a shit ton of artillery. No cavalry, though. I'm thinking about putting my troops on the bridge. Your command is actually pretty good. I think it would be a lot of... But they also have a lot of Gondorian spearmen and pikemen. They are a little bit beaten down. They're not perfect, but... I'm still not sure that we would actually be able to beat them, especially with our elites being so worn out. But I guess we have to try. I don't want to push too hard here. But I rather want to... Let's actually put our elites first and foremost here. Elites with elites, I mean like tier 2 and above. Put them on the bridge, and all of you are healthy as can be. We don't need the Númenórean marksmen now because we don't need the stakes, really. So now we have them there. Actually, let's do it like this, and then move back in, so it's a bit symmetrical. And then you... A lot of Númenórean troops right now. But remember that those are like our low tier stuff. Should be. But we still have a bunch of tier 1s. Then move you in there as well. And let's see. You still have room for 5, 10. So basically all of you still have room in there. And then we could take you out of there. Costing us a little bit of money, but I'm going to put you on the bridge as well. And then we'll have a bunch of reinforcements behind us, basically. I'm gonna do this. Just a quick old merge. Like so, and like so. And you stand right behind them. So if we are attacked on the bridge, you will reinforce. I think that's gonna help us out quite a lot. And then retrain what you can retrain. Good. We might not be able to win. At least they don't have any Talonites, you know? So they don't have anything that... They inspire nearby troops, which is not great. But I don't think they have any troops that actually frighten nearby enemy units. You just have basic Captain's Bodyguard. So I think that's how we're going to play that one. New family members and retinue. Sia Khan can be upgraded. Let's queue that up after the practice range then. Still have some money left. Now I would like to start moving you. Do we have any more troops to put aboard? Not really. I need them back in the garrison. Sail you up the river. And you down to be retrained over there. So, Khand still has their armies down here, so I don't see a good opening to attack Imlad Karnman, because I want to siege it and then storm it, and I don't want to fight them in the open field, basically. 65, let's get the guard barracks. And we cannot retrain anyone, weirdly enough. But at least we are building there. Tirithoros should also build some stuff, actually. I am considering conscription camps here as well. The public order is really good. So get the conscription camp and then the barrack of the true sons. For that, we need the blacksmith, though. But we can start with the conscription camp. And now, they did not actually...
Yes, my lord. Yes.
They didn't move out with any armies. So I wonder, can we take some of these units? They only have 3 units here. So if we take like 6... Actually, let's take some archers as well. And I'm actually going to quick save because they might decide that they need to walk around. Okay, we can blockade it. Get a bunch of siege equipment. And what I want... We can send one more over. But I think these guys might sally out. What I want is just hold these blockades for as long as possible, basically. So now I'm hoping you can move out of... Okay, no, you cannot, actually. 60. Okay, so they're going to be really pissy with us. Although we did move... Even though we did move the capital, you can move into Ostithil. And then I think all of you... Yep, you're happy enough. Join that army. You join them. And now I hope that these unit forces are strong enough for the garrisons to not sally out, but rather that we will be able to siege them and just hold them here and squeeze Gondor from both sides, basically. I'm very happy that this worked, that I was actually able to move the general, that they're happy enough with the garrison that they have. And although some of them are still corsairs, I'm also thinking about getting the practice range, but because we have a lot of archers that need to be retrained. Not as many anymore, though. So let's just do that and that. Some trash to defend. Good. That's a lot of talking. We need to start doing something. You still holding there. Let's go over to the western side, where I want to take Aragrondost. 103 against 3.5. Okay, I can live with that. And exterminate the population. And then repair that. Get the Dark Sanctuary and the Meeting Hall. And the corruption is high, although this is a very poor settlement, so it's still not that bad. They have 2,000 in population, and because it's a stronghold, I think we might have lost some buildings. But all in all, it's more important to me that they're not gonna revolt. Also, the Gondorian army moved back, so I would like to see how many troops I can actually move out of here. Let's do a quick merge. And then I would like for as many of the corsairs as possible. 90, okay. To move up and lay siege to Anjalon so they can just attack from the other side, basically. And we soon have an army strong enough to move out with here. I'm just going to take as many as I can without losing a bunch of public order. And then move on to Kirithior and hopefully siege them down for quite some time as well. We have 1,000 left. Love to start getting some artillery. Let's get some Beligere footmen. Actually, let's get some Beliketh Axe Guard instead. We have a lot of trash in these armies as well, actually. I just want to hold them from sallying out, basically. If I'm able to lay siege to them. Good. All in all, I think I'm done here. We can end another turn. A spy moving up to Ostithil, helping with the culture growth. That is great. Now I'm really clenching my cheeks if Gondor sallies out at Osgiliath or at Karandros. If they don't, then we will be able to take our time, keep sending units to reinforce until it's basically a full stack of decent troops is the key word there. And then attack them. Naru Fighters Guild at Tarnost. Hell yeah. I don't know what I get for that one, though. What do I actually get from the Naru Fighters Guild? Númenórean cohort. Huh. Beautiful stuff. So we can already get them. We can get even more of them here. So let's train them, I guess. Why not? Let's see. You actually... Yes, we do still have pretty good cavalry on this side. I think it's more useful for us to send them over to the Gondorian, eastern border than having them here in the middle of nowhere, just not doing anything. We could also have to use them in fighting Kirith Yor. So let's actually move them to that flank. I don't know what they have, but if they have a lot of units, we are going to need a lot of cavalry. Move down to Longalen, maybe. You're not free upkeep there, so you're going to cost us like 1,000 each turn, but that's okay. We are getting more troops ready over here by the day. We also have a fleet that we should start using to ferry some troops. You can be in Dol Amroth, because we keep getting high tier troops over here. You can move towards Dol Amroth, so we can get everyone at the same time, basically. Recruitment, Dol Amroth, yep, you got a lot of good stuff. Tarnos, you got some Númenórean cohort that I believe we're already sending east. And then, blup, Longalen got the Dugulbalax. Hadanur got some troops, and Kalembel also got the Belaketh Axe Guard. That is already moving. Good. Construction. Khaldun, Mason's Guild House. And then, archery range, I think would be a good idea here. Shipwright would also be nice to make us more money, but let's go for the archery range so we can get the Naru Sentinels and the Númenórean marksmen. Gobelmirland, army barracks. Heck yes. This is where we're gonna lose a lot of our money. Like so. Love it. We can also build something. And I am actually going for the inn here. No. Yeah, let's go for the inn because that will give us another agent and we will also make a little bit of money out of it. But Harm, you got upgraded. So now I will be going for the Barracks of the True Sons. Yes, sir. That's going to be really cool. In here, High Palace, Army Barracks, Warlord's Hall, and then I guess we're going for the Great Hall after that. Brethil, Great Hall. Let's go for the practice range because with the Great Hall we can also get the archery range. Beralond, Warlord's Hall, and then we're going for the barracks first and foremost. Siege works. That would actually be pretty nice to get as well. Let's get the siege works instead. Get a bunch of artillery, which we might not use, but we still want it in fighting Kirith Yor. I think it's good to have some siege works around. And we might also need to recruit a lot of units here when we're going for the ring. So I think it makes sense to get siege works there. And that's basically it on that side. New family members and retinues. Yep, I was not able to talk to Rohan in time. We are number 1 in everything except finances, where Gondor is still very, very rich. But we are doing our best to work them down. Good. They actually didn't sally out. You will reinforce that army. And you will drop troops off here. And you will reinforce that army. And then you can start sailing down because we have this fleet as well. Ooh. If Gondor wants to step up. We do have an army on this ship, so it would really suck if it sank, but I think we should be fine. We didn't sink it, but at least we pushed them away. Keep moving this army up so we get the ballista. And then you can go back to your ports. You can go to that port. You can go to that one. Great. I actually don't see that many Gondorian fleets around anywhere anymore. You go to Anulond, where you will build a bunch of siege equipment. That's something like that. Maintain the siege. And then we will be attacking Anulond. I'm just happy that we've already taken Tharagrondost. I would, however, like to know if Let's see, you can move out.
Yes. By your command.
Okay, we have a fort there. But
Not possible.
I think it's still Isengard here, isn't it? Yeah, so we're not gonna move for that fort, but you can start going back home. Tharagrandlost. Now we just have
Ships
a
ready.
bunch of fleets that I don't really know what to do with. You can't be retrained there anyway, can you? But at Longalen you could have been retrained. So let's take you back to the port of Longalen and eventually you will be retrained. You can stand there. Great. I think our fleet is actually costing us quite a bit of money right now.
Orders. As you wish.
But I am going to start disbanding them later when we don't really need as many ships anymore. Now I just want to go through these settlements to see if there is anything high tier that I can recruit. Not really. Methrast, yes, we can get some Númenórean troops. Gobel Tolfalas is already getting some very high tier units, so not there. What about in Umbar? When can we start getting more good units here? We are already working on another general, but still quite a while until we can get more of our troops. 21 turns until the next Númenórean vanguard. 5 until the next Alcarandos faithful, yeah. So it takes quite a while to build a massive and efficient army. We can get more of those. Now, take a brief look at what we got over here. Khan is still waltzing around, being a bit passive, which works absolutely fine by me, actually. Good. And in the next turn, we will be attacking Annuland. And hopefully we will be able to keep holding these regions 6 turns. So I will be sieging this one for the full 6 turns until they sally out, basically. That's how I'm going to play that one. You can also move and join up with them. Yeah, you can. And you can then move up and join up with them. Good, so these armies are starting to get pretty strong. Still don't have a general for any of them. And Mordor holds this region, so we should be fine. Should be fine. Famous last words. Now we could also... Nah, that banner was a bit... I thought it was an empty garrison, but they actually have quite a few troops there. And they even have Knights of the Silver Swan. Right. So we might actually need them eventually. Practice range. Practice range. None of these actually have... You are building an archery range. So I would actually like to send you away to be retrained as fast as possible. And we should have a ship here somewhere. You are already blockading. You have an army. Where's the ship that dropped off this army? There it is. Okay, so actually you stand here for now. Because I want these guys to be retrained. So first into Pelargir, then into this ship. And then over to Ethelond, where they should be just in time to be retrained. Great. And the merchant, still making money. And I do believe that the ring is still in Hobbiton. I wonder if it's Reginald who has it. And we are... How much are you making here? Wait, 236? What just happened there? Have you gotten worse at trading? Because it was 630 something first. I do not like that. So you're actually costing us money standing here. Well, I guess you're just gonna keep on standing there then. And the turn again. Keep sending some reinforcements. Not a lot of troops that I missed to move though. And I just hope that Gondor keeps standing in that territory, that they don't actually move out. They cannot attack us at Eastern Osgiliath or Carandros. Merchants Guild at Hadanur, yes. Obtain trade agreement with the Kingdom of Rohan. I had 10 turns, right?
Yes, my lord.
You are a diplomat.
As you wish. Tomorrow's journey.
Good. Then we can actually even keep an eye on Calenhad, but I do want you to get that trading arrangement. So they will be appreciative of your efforts. You will receive gold coins. Nothing of how many gold coins. Maybe I will just get 2 gold coins. But either way, it's always good that the Merchants Guild is appreciative of my efforts. Great. Keep you go up and reinforce that army. You already have a ballista there. So now let's get you onto the boat. Sail you over to Ethelond. Drop you off right there. Still 3 turns to get over there. I don't know if it would have been quicker to walk. You get close to getting into Karasast. I wonder, do they have any fleets here? They don't have any fleets. This army is basically just stuck there, which is awesome for me. You keep going up here, where you'll be dropping off some early tier stuff and some ballista. We don't need you at Ostithil right now, actually, so you can start going into this fort first and foremost, and then into one of these armies. Great. Now already started doing moves. Usually I like to read my messages before I start doing weird stuff. Look at that. We will getting more troops here now. Recruit them as fast as possible. And then I would actually like... This is the capital, right? And they should be only at 140 in happiness, though. I would like to get the dockyard. Population growth bonus. Culture increase bonus. Okay, let's actually get the dockyard because we should be making a lot of money because you're such a center region. That's why we put you as capital, so duh. Dolamroth has gotten more troops. Gobeltolfalas as well. I will be sailing them over soon. Khan got some more troops that we actually might want. Yeah. Want you over at Stulurza Khan right now, but currently they still have armies hanging about, so let's put you there for now. And let's see then. Ethelond. Right, you got some high tier, but you still have more in the queue. Serelond retrained some units, have you? And that's basically that. Construction. Olamroth got the dockyard, so we will be making even more money right now, which I'm very, very happy about. And now I would actually like to go for the mining network, to be honest. Although it's so bad. So let's go for conscription camp, because after that, they're happy. So let's go for the conscription camp. More money, more tradable goods. And also, eventually, we will get the barracks of the True Sons. Military dockyard. My. Even more trade fleets. But I do want to go for the military first. And we train them. Get them some good armor. And then... Oh, we have a lot of things to go through here. I've already started training you. Sia Khan, you got the practice range. Now you're being upgraded. So let's retrain them. Finally. Might also get some shields with spears to fight cavalry. Ethrin got the practice range. Nothing for us here to retrain, rather, but we'll go straight into the archery range. Tarnost High Palace, queue up the actually archery range we can afford, so let's queue up that and the army barracks. Beautiful. We are running out of money because we're spending so much. And Pelargir, you got the conscription camp. Go straight for the barrack of the True Sons. And they're actually happy enough, which I am very happy about. They're not growing, though, but it's already a large city, so we don't necessarily need to grow it a lot more. And Kalembel, practice range, archery range. Thank you very much. And Tharagrondos got the Dark Sanctuary, going on the meeting hall next. And then, I mean, we can still grow it at 4K. So I'm thinking Mason's Guildhouse right after the meeting hall, because the meeting hall will make them a bit happier. Then it's worth giving 4 turns for the Mason's Guildhouse, because we're gonna plow through all of the other constructions so much quicker. Beautiful. Now we have a battle to fight. This is gonna be a bit of a longer episode, a bit more than the usual hour. We actually soon have the units to move out with here. Not the best troops, and I wonder if we even could take out Azrubel, but if we exterminate the population, we won't really need a governor. But now I want to fight this one. 6 turns until they surrender. First of all, let's see what they actually have. If they have Talon Knights, I'm gonna keep starving them. Okay, just a bunch of artillery, Gondor militia, and the faction leader, Steward Cayman. You are so far down that you're actually led by the guy guarding the beacon. Interesting. I think even without any lines in the movie. Skill against mounts, etc., etc. I still have 100 of them, though, so it's going to hurt. But you will be controlled by the AI. We're just going to push for this one. We're going to push hard. So let's... Yep, game save, succeed. And assault. Wait, I need to load because I think it was not controlled by the units were not controlled by the AI now. So I need to run out of the game and load it again, I think. I'll be back in a minute. And there we are. Now we are ready to attack. I will start the deployment, and hopefully we'll be able to bring down like at least one of these pesky towers with the ballista. But we also have a bunch of really worn out troops. I should have merged these guys. You will be ready. Spread out. And I'm guessing that the towers are gonna take down quite a bit of my siege equipment. I'm not sure I like this one. But the AI is already set up over on this side. So they'll be going for this gate, presumably. And they even have rams and whatnot of their own. Now, okay, so let's put you here. Together with some units. Somebody. There we go. You and you. So that will be one army. I'm actually could throw in even more. Let's get you. Now, I want the main one to be stronger, but we can use another ram over here. There we go. So that's one. And over on this side, we are ready with ladders and whatnot as well. Yeah, you can actually be on the ladder. Don't want the not another sentinels on one though. You can. Yeah, we might actually need more rams. So there we have our troops that are going to attack. We don't necessarily have a lot better units here. But we just have more, basically, and hopefully the AI will just hug the square and we will be storming them. You are actually the captain, which I don't mind. I think it's pretty reasonable. Start the battle. And let's see if you can shoot down any of the towers. And I'm not going to use the flaming shots because I think accuracy is more important now. And they are starting to run back. The AI is actually very good at how they position their troops here. You start going for that gate. You start moving up as well. And you all can start moving up as well. And if we go down here, back here, yeah, we were actually able to bring down one of the towers. So now you can start moving for the gate. You start moving up as well. And the same thing for all of my troops. You go over here so you don't accidentally get hit by something like a bolt of lightning. You go here. You can actually use the ladders, please. Please go around. I don't need you to get killed due to friendly fire. Here we go. And yeah, we're going to be able to take down yet another tower, which is going to help us out tremendously. Good. And now I wonder, is it worth it to aim for another one? Of course it is. You keep going. Oh, golly, they're actually attacking their own gate. Thank you for the help, I guess. But also, that's the gate, that's the piece of the wall that I wanted my Belaketh Axe Guard to use. Ouch. How's it going over here? Are we actually hitting it? Still keeping our elites in reserve. Oh, golly, that was a hit and a half. Move closer to the wall so they aren't actually able to hit us, please.
Battering ram is in place. It'll not be long before our
Move
enemies
up.
get
You can drop that and move up. They are even setting their own city aflame. That is some destructive behavior. How's it going over here? Are you actually hitting something? Soon the gate is down. You minus you. Get ready to move up. And the archers, what are you actually shooting at? Okay. Some ballista. I can keep shooting at them. I guess I'll still be using you in as a melee force later down the line.
orders are now in place.
Problem is that the
Match for the valor of
how
your
strong is this gate? 74. Right, it was the gatehouse that was at 15. You're at 94. So there we go.
has done its work.
That one's down, and now I will just be charging through to kill the artillery. Hopefully the captain or the general with the captain's bodyguard is still on the square. You run after them. You can stop shooting. You run after. Is there another artillery unit here somewhere? We have the captain's bodyguard over there. Let's start moving you in. We don't want the general to be able to stop us. So you will stand right here. You will stand right here. And you will stand right. Come on. Here. Somewhere. Something is close enough to activate the towers, which I'm not a big fan of. And the archers start running through. Good. Over on this side, we are also done. So let's see if we have any fast units. You go after the catapult. And the Belliceth Axe Guard is up here as well. Looks like we should have something over on this side, right? Yeah, you can go after the Gondor militia. Unfortunately, the towers are going to be able to catch up with you. You move in. You don't be in loose formation anymore. And then you can start moving in as well. Let's move you in this side. You can stand there. And the Belliceth Axe Guard. This is not a good place for us to be, actually. To be fighting the Gondor militia. So they are gonna die. But I'm just gonna have to be okay with that, I guess. Probably they're gonna rout before they even die. You can run in a little bit more. Get more engaged. Get more involved. There we go. Kill them. And these units are moving in. So far, the captain hasn't really moved. So we can have all of the archers starting to shoot at him. They will not really deal any damage. But I'd much rather use the free damage I can get. What is happening? Okay, they are just walking. Okay, the Belliceth Axe Guard is actually already involved. Get you around here. And then start attacking again. You move out on this side. So far, we have lost 2%, killed a 4th. But it's, as always, it's the captain that hurts. And my allies haven't even done anything right now. They will probably start running before they even reach the gates. There are 3 units of ballista just waiting for them here. Actually, looks like they might even be breaking their own wall here as well. But I just use these guys as a kind of a diversion, so to speak. You are still doing your thing. 100 of those troops. It's the battle timer that's gonna be a nuisance here. You have killed the catapult users. Let's get you here and then here. So you can attack the captain's bodyguard from one side. You'll be attacking them from over there. And soon we'll be attacking them from over here as well. We don't need all of you over on that side, actually, because that one is already covered. So we'd rather want you over here. Always keep an eye on the battle timer. I've lost battles due to that one before, and it's not fun. Not fun at all. You can actually, both of you can move over here. Yeah, and our allies are getting, the Corsairs are getting crushed But it looks like they might be able to get in at least. They have ladders. They have a ram that they don't use. And they are using my entrance. Of course you are. Well, good luck with this, I guess. So far we lost 4%, killed 44. I can live with that. Now, all of you, I think you should be doing the best job at just holding him on one side. Like so. And then we can have the Belegaer footman maybe walk around. Is there a way to attack from here as well? There is. It's the one that our allies should be using, but they won't. So I guess you will be pushing in here as well, because you're gonna waste so much energy just walking around. How's it going? Have we actually hurt anyone? We have not. Now, we have the Belaketh Axguard coming up this way. Have I sent anyone else this way? I have not. The archers are almost out of ammunition, and then I'll just blow the horn and charge basically. We can blow the horn now as well, because it's cool. So I like doing that. You get into a position where you will charge them from the back. And it's going to take a while to kill them. So you can stop right now. And you move up towards them. This entire army, except for them, move in and attack them as well. And then, when they are all locked in combat with the Belegaer pikemen, we will charge with the Belaketh Axguard from the back. There we go. Let's see if we can actually move you around to attack from the other side. I think that would be swell. You move over here. You move over here. And so far, actually, our units haven't broken, which I'm very, very happy about. You will be attacking them from over there. You attack them from over here. And now both of you can try to run around here as well. Good. Now it's just a matter of time. They are losing troops. Not as fast as I would like, but, I mean, they are still losing troops. Actually, looks like they're losing percentages faster than I am. So that's at least a good thing. And they are getting manhandled. We even have enough units that counts to us taking the square right now. I thought that was impossible, especially with just one unit of the square. Even more so with a general. But now we can fast track it or fast forward it. The AI on this side is fighting the ballista, so I guess that's great. They've actually lost a couple of hundred troops, but they are doing their thing and they haven't even routed yet. So I am very happy with the Corsairs. And now more of them are coming in. I don't want you to... Yeah, there we go. Screw the bows. Pull out your daggers. And just go to town on it. On the captain's bodyguard. So many thousands of troops. Just fighting a couple of weary captain's bodyguard. And this is basically what it's going to look like for me, because we can't outmatch the Gondorian infantry. Not even, I don't even think our elites win against their elite. Our elites don't win against theirs, basically. And their trash is equal to our trash, so I will just make more, basically. That's a victory. We lost 6%, killed all of them, and took the settlement. I think this is pretty decent, actually. MVPs 194 on the Belaketh Axguard. Beautiful stuff. I think even a lot of that... No, that was the Gondor militia. Right. And that's where you lost 67 troops. And the AI actually got some kills as well. Over 200 kills. 202, I think. That is great. Also suffered a bunch of casualties, of course. But they killed more than they sustained. So I'm happy with it. And now we've taken this settlement. So now we should be ready to just march on. I'm going to exterminate this population, because we don't have any governors nearby that I want to put in the settlement. And I'm just going to have to be fine with it being exterminated. Let's see how happy they are if we just... Gondor's leader is dead. Hell yeah, they are.
Victory in your name,
Okay, they hate us right now. And it's a city. Let's try to sack it. They still hate us. Lower the taxes. Yes! Okay, that works. That works. Dark Sanctuary and Meeting Hall right away. Also repair that, I guess. Bonus due to law. So it's more important to get the Dark Sanctuary, actually. Get the Spy. Actually, let's do this. 1 turn, and then we'll be able to recruit the Spy. And that's going to help us with culture growth, etc. So this works. You move into that fort for now. And I do believe, yeah, the experience levels are pretty much the same on all of the troops. So just merge them up. That's good as well as possible. You actually have a bit more experience. That. And you have even better experience. What if we do that? Okay, both of them got the shield. That is actually really great. So good. We didn't lose too many troops. We hold Anulon and we do not make any money whatsoever. 70 gold per turn. And the corruption is high. But with all the law bonuses we're going to get, it's going to work out just fine. Perfect. So we have that. And now we are just going to mass up an army to move on to Kirith EUR. Maybe try to take some healthy units out of this army, like as much as we can, basically, without them rebelling. And then just take a whole bunch of Corsair Raiders and attack them from all kinds of different angles and directions. And then they should not sally out for starters. But also they would... it would be easier to kill them. I'm actually thinking about if we should start moving out already. We do have more than 1 full stack here. The problem is that a lot of it is just trash. So what happens if I take all of you out except for the Corsairs? You're actually still happy. We can even increase the taxes. But that made them really pissy. And we don't have a governor, so we don't really care about the poor traits right now. But I think I would like to start moving you right now. So let's put you... This is the road to take, I guess. Put you there. Join you up with these units. And then the elites from this settlement. With elites, I guess I mean like tier 2. And you as well. And can you move out? What does that cost us? A lot. Golly, you're going to stay there. You're going to stay put. Good. So we have room for 1 more. Let's throw in a Corsair. And then we are ready to start moving with this army. And in the next turn, I will see just how pissy you guys are. With the Corsairs, we can already start moving, actually. So start moving you towards this bridge. That's where we're all gonna move. Like so. And then we'll have 2 armies laying siege to Kirith EUR. That should keep them from sallying out. And we will be sieging it for as long as possible because they have a full gosh darn stack. We still have this army hanging out down here. Don't really know. The Gondorian army, Captain Bereter is still there.
Yes, my lord.
Now, you are not ready to move anywhere.
Yes, my lord.
I don't think I need to talk to Mordor anytime soon. Quick save again. And I'm going to play it through another turn. Ships moving around. Some reinforcements moving into position. I'm going to play through another turn. And then I will end this episode for today. But I'm actually so far pretty happy with how this episode has gone. We just need to go through our buildings in the next turn. And now we need to see what Gondor decides to do as well. Isengard's leader is dead. Don't really know how that affects us. Gondor raises an army. Ew. What? No one's taken Minas Tirith. Who's taken Minas Tirith? No one's taken Minas Tirith. For all the peoples of Gondor and their allies in Dol Amroth, this cannot stand. For the White City. But... Minas Tirith isn't taken. You have more You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 settlements left. You should not be getting a Doomstack right now. Merchants Guild in Anulon, sure. Rise of the Riddermark. So Rohan also... Okay, so they are doing very well. But... Someone help me understand this. Minas Tirith is not burning. You're doing fine. Okay. Let's see. You back down. Let's see. You can't be retrained yet. So let's, first and foremost, what is it that we're replacing? Cohort. So let's move you back to that army. You into that army. Keep replacing them with better and better units. You move in and join them so we get as many reinforcements as we possibly can. Ew. You drop off some troops here. And then, let's see. Have 1 ballista there, 0 ballista there. So, you... We have cavalry in that army. No cavalry in this army. You join up with them. You join up with them. And then we'll just spread these units out between these 2 armies. Great. And now we'll need to see what this army is gonna do. Bregdor, ugh. Experienced Citadel Guard. We haven't even fought them yet. Gondor Spearmen, Gondor Infantry. Scary, scary stuff. Hopefully we'll be able to hold on this here bridge. And I also hope that they don't get a bunch of artillery in this army. Speaking of which, we desperately need some of that to hold this bridge. Yes. Start with that. Start with that. And archery range as well. And keep sending them over to Karasast. Messages. Umbar, you got another general. That is...
Yes.
Oh, what? How did we... Oh, because we got the army barracks. Oh, hell yeah. Farasim Swordmasters, they look awesome. Of course, we're gonna just train everything we can. Get them as well. Umbar is gonna have an army and a half, that's for sure. Warehouse, I don't think that's the most necessary thing for us right now. Neither probably the barracks of the True Sons. I want something cheap that makes us money, basically. The armor, that even... We can also retrain some troops with that. But I have been waiting for the barracks of the True Sons for quite some time. It also increases the free upkeep amount. Let's get that one with 9k left. Right, now this army will soon be ready to move. I am actually thinking about moving these guys already. And then turn back for the archers and the Númenórean shield guard. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All of you move into the ship. And you will need to start sailing up here. Because we need better troops over there. Stat. Sia Khan got some stuff. And Khan still hasn't attacked us. So that works. And Sia Khan... Ethelond, you also got some high tier units. Get the archers. Actually, not those archers, because I want to retrain some that I already have on the way. It is taking a while to get them there. Actually, that works. That works. Where did the ship go? You drop them off in Dol Amroth instead. Can we drop them off here? Can't drop them off here. Need to drop them off there. Okay. We can actually do this. And then you drop them off. Come on. Here. And then retrain them there. And then we can get the marksman here. Great. And then it's just a bunch of retrained troops. Nothing too big there. Ethelond. Port. Make some money, please. That works. Construction report. Longalen. Yeah. Umbad. Got the army barracks. We've already done that. Looking so much forward to using the Farasim Swordmasters. Seeing them in action. This is I love this part of the game where you can get elites. And you actually have some money to spend. Ar-Âdunâim got the blacksmith. Wonder if we should go for... We cannot upgrade it anymore, regardless. But I think Great Hall is always a sound investment. But I don't think Ar-Âdunâim is our priority right now, actually. So let's go through all the settlements. Ethelond, I've already seen that. Methrast, Great Hall. Crappy Mines, not interested. Get the blacksmith here. And then, let's see. Tirithoros got the conscription camp. Can we move... No, we don't have the blacksmith, so we need to get that one first. And then we can get... We also need the Great Hall here, actually. But I think I'm going to go for the Gondorian second-tier units first that we get from the Barracks of the True Sons. Tirithoros and Brethil, you got the practice range, so you're going straight for the archery. Blond Galen got the militia garrison. We can get the inn as well. Agents and whatnot. And that's basically all of our money spent. We train what we can here, I guess. Like so. Thing when you have money is that you spend it. I've never been very good at keeping my money in these games. I don't understand some creators or some people who play this game who has like hundreds of thousands. Okay, I can't even go into the building structure in Ostithil. That annoys me a little bit. Not there either. What the hell? Anilon, you got the meeting hall. And yeah, you've already been able to queue up those buildings. That is great. And we will have a spy there as well. Great. Now I want to see if I can go into the building structure of Ostithil now. Yes, now I can. Culture at 47. It should be good enough when we have the guard barracks actually built. So I'm going to queue that one up. More troops, because we're just going to have to send thousands upon thousands into the Gondorian mainlands here. Faction announcements, yeah. A bunch of retinues and traits. And we're still making a little bit of money. Not as much as I thought. We're still number 1. Gondor is the richest. Yeah, we have 45k in army upkeep. No wonder it's expensive for us. But I'd much rather for them to attack us on the bridge than us attacking them, actually. Probably a very dumb idea, but I'd rather for it to be that way. 96% culture. We do not need these many agents here. Karasast, I guess your culture is already impeccable-ish as well. The agents have done their job in getting the culture. That is for damn sure. You keep moving over here, please. So let's, for starters, send the agents over here. Just try to get a good look on these settlements. You could actually get in 56% chance. 64% chance. Let's just see what Minas Tirith has. Okay. They actually have some really good units. Fountain Shield Guard, Spearmen, Tirith Wardens, Knights of the Silver Swan, 51 of them, Lozarnak Axemen. Basically, armies that you want to starve. So that's that. And also, let's take a look at this army. No artillery. Hell yes! That's the best thing I've seen all day from an elite Gondorian army. Just a bunch of spearmen. Or not just, but they have a bunch of spearmen. Infantry. Archers. Axemen. I mean, this is a good army. Units of Citadel Guards. But I am very happy that they don't have any artillery. Very, very happy about that. Well, let's see. I will actually... We're gonna need to have some quick culture growth from these settlements. Let's move you over here now and join you up with that army, so you'll help with the culture growth. You should also... Yeah, you have 2 agents right now. You have no agents. You have no agents. Is your culture actually good enough? 68, yeah, it's gonna be good enough. Perfect. We are ready to round off the episode. These armies can actually move as well. I do not actually, I want them to be attacked together if they are to be attacked. So you stand over there, you stand over there. And then in the next turn, we will move out and lay siege to Kirith Eor with the full stack. And because if we siege them with Captain Belzagar, I think they will attack them, have a draw out, and I'd much rather just siege them down into infinity. Anilond is happy enough, that Agrondos is happy enough, and will be even happier. I'm actually thinking I'd rather send the agent over to Tharagrondos once I have it. We don't need all of the agents on the western front. What's the culture like here? 44? Actually not that good, but it's gonna be good enough when I send 66. Yeah, and you'll be able to get another spy here. So you move into Anulond. Kalembel, you also have an agent. I'm guessing that you don't really need it. 58. Culture is not as good as I would have hoped, but we do have the Dark Sanctuary. So you move for Tharagrondost, please. Please and thank you. No agents in these settlements. Ethring, your culture should be, yep, very good. So I'll send both of these agents over to Anulon for now. Send a shit ton of agents there. You are also good enough. Get that agent over towards Tharagrondost. And then I think we should be good with all the agents sent west. The other ones, we will rather be sending east. And you should be able to retrain this ballista soon. Oh, right now, actually. Perfect. What a timing. Good. This has gone fairly well. And you are not ready to join up with them yet. So, to round off this episode, we fought I thought it was a pretty gnarly battle down here, actually, where we managed to kill a family member and also the other Gondorian army with a bunch of scary, scary, scary units. Very strategic use of the stakes. Helped us out a lot there. Actually, they didn't even have any Knights of the Silver Swan here. So we need artillery over here ASAP, and then we should be able to hold this bridge. And we are still sieging Eastern Osgiliath, and we are sieging Cat Andros. 4 turns left until we pretty much have to take Eastern Osgiliath. But if they just sally out, then they won't be aided by the defenders. They shouldn't be, at least. So then we will be able to kill them pretty easily and then hold Eastern Osgiliath, hopefully. And we have also taken Tharagrondost, exterminated the population, taken Anulond, sacked the population, or sacked the settlement. Actually, good that I said that, because I realized that I might have buildings I can destroy. Nope, I do not. Tharagrondost, anything I can destroy? Nope, I can use all of it. Good, so we have taken everything on the western side of Gondor, except for Kirith Eor. We are moving an army over there to lay siege to it, and hopefully they will not be sallying out, but we would rather be able to starve them out for a long enough time. And on the east, nothing new. Keep reinforcing our position, trying to get some more troops, also upgrading Sia Khan. You should also have some buildings soon. Culture, 44. We need 50 to queue that one up in the beginning of the next turn. We are spending a lot of money. But that's always been the way I play. Spend the money as soon as I have it. And yeah, we are still not moving on Imlad Karnen, although we could move out with this army. They are happy enough without Lord Gimilsor actually being there. So just get better troops. We can retrain them. Better troops, move them over here and just take Imlad Karnen and maybe like either keep it or give it to Harad. I don't want to border the Khandish anymore, but if we take Imlad Karnen, at least we won't border Khand in several regions, only at one. And then we should be able to move out with the army we have at Hadanur, for example. So that's going to be a fun one. Can you get in? 28% chance of getting in. That's not good. And they actually have some pretty high tier units here as well, with the dwarves, Khand elite axemen, and warlord cataphracts. Yeah, it's a pretty beaten down army, but it's a scary one nonetheless. So in the next episode, what I'm guessing will happen, we'll keep sieging over here. We'll probably have 1,000 battles over here, both from Captain Beretar and also Bregdor will be helping out, of course. Gondor got their doom stack. And we will just keep pushing out troops by the thousands all the time. Nothing more we can queue to train here either. No. So then we're ready to end the episode. So thank you so much for watching. Have a great day and take care. I will see you in the next one.